In order to understand climate change, we need to understand climate. And in order to understand climate, we need to understand the carbon cycle. I'm studying the chemical composition of the ocean. And this is important because the chemistry of the ocean is directly related to the carbon cycle. There are different processes that are affecting the composition of the ocean. We have all the rivers. The rivers are flowing into the ocean. They are weathering the mountains. All these constitutes, they go into the ocean. And then we have evaporation from the ocean. In the middle of the ocean, we have these volcanoes that are erupting, and they also contributing some more materials. These different processes are taking some of the constituents of the ocean and contributing some other constituents. I'm working on one of the processes that affecting ocean chemistry. I'm specifically focused on the interface between the land and the sea, and especially what the groundwater contribute to our oceans. The water from the sea is penetrating into the land, and it is interacting with the rocks on the coastlines and go back into the sea. And this is a significant process that is affecting ocean chemistry.
We are here in Dor Beach. Down here there is an archaeological well that was drilled in order to extract the fresh water. So it's a very capital place to study the interaction between the coastal aquifer and seawater. And today what we will do, we will try to test groundwater with different salinity. We are measuring here in the field the dissolved oxygen, the pH, the salinity, and we are taking samples to the lab.
I came here 4 years ago, and after about a year or a year and a half, I opened my lab. We are working on natural samples, and we are looking at very fine changes that occur in the environment and in the climate in the past. And we need to work in a clean laboratory because every grain of dust will contaminate our samples, and we won't see these changes that we are looking for that tells us the story of the environment. What we were able to find is that the interaction between seawater and groundwater and the coastal sediments is crucial for the chemistry of the ocean. It contributes a lot of calcium, for example, and it removes potassium and sodium. And this process is as significant as other processes that are affecting ocean chemistry. And until now, it was overlooked by the scientific communities.
This affects the seawater composition, and this affects the carbon cycle and potentially affect the coastal region and the ecology on the coast, and also can affect the whole chemistry of the ocean and eventually affect also climate.
My lab is working at the Weizmann Institute, which is an amazing environment, and the support of the Zuckerman Foundation allows me to follow my dreams and ask the big questions, and indeed it proved itself. We found very interesting findings in our different fieldwork, and we were able to have a lot of new measurements and new data from this lab and the new instruments. We are establishing new methods to try and quantify and understand better the effect of coastal groundwaters on the ocean. So my vision is that scientific community will adopt our methods and will generate more and more data, and we will understand this process more.